Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily, the first English news program in Poland. I'm your host, Benjamin Lee. During the Law and Justice Party convention held in Białystok, the leader of the party stressed the importance of winning the upcoming European Parliament election, which will open the door for the Polish Parliament and presidential election.
Naszą ideą jest zrównoważony rozwój.
A balanced development is our goal. We want this development not because we are representatives of some kind of ideology. We want this as Poles, because the Polish nation has to be a community. But the community must be something real. It must include the equality of chances, the chances that everyone gets the moment they are born. But it also includes the equality when it comes to the choice how to live when we are grown-ups and live alone. And we want this kind of equality. And we're trying to reach this goal. We have to help our country to become a European country. But at the same time, we have to make it a great nation, and we have the chance to do it. The road that we've chosen is our chance. Giving a new developmental pulse, the North-South axis, all these are great opportunities for us to develop. In the Podlasie, the Lubelskie and the Mazowsze region, we will be trying to develop these areas. We will try to do it in a new, modern way. Apart from the most known manufacturers in these areas, furniture stores, we also see development of modern enterprises, the Białystok University of Technology, robotics.
The opposition coalition for the upcoming European Parliament elections, the European Coalition, held a pre-election conference in Opole today. During the conference, the representatives of the nearly all Polish opposition parties have yet to present much concrete policies and ideas. What was focused on was once again the mention of a supposed poll exit, which, according to the coalition, is what the current ruling Law and Justice Party wants.
At the European Coalition convention in Opole, there weren't any factual promises presented, but the attending politicians mainly focused on the poll exit accusation once again. Today we are looking at the possibility of losing the EU funds. We are facing the possibility of poll exit. According to columnist Marek Król, the leader of the coalition, Grzegorz Schetyna, has no real ideas for the elections. People who only complain don't win elections. All Schetyna does is complain. At yesterday's conference in Poznań, the leader of the Civic Platform also focused on poll exit. Apart from that, Schetyna talked about the teachers' strike and the coal emission. Thanks to the EU's support, we will completely get rid of the air pollution problem. In the next decade, we will make it so that coal won't be our main source of energy. The European Commission published a crushing report showing that the Civic Platform did nothing during the rules to tackle air pollution. The Law and Justice Party did the most regarding the issue in the history of the Third Republic of Poland. We spent the most money on this. I'm glad that the Civic Platform finally noticed this problem. Schetyna announced that on May 18th there will be a big march organized by the European Coalition, which will go through the streets of Warsaw. I think this campaign is yet to kick off. The last weeks before the elections are the most important. We have the spring holidays soon, we've just had Easter, and I'm sure this campaign will blossom after the long weekend. The European Parliament elections will take place on May 26th. Poles will choose 52 MEPs.
Profanation of the image of Our Lady of Częstochowa took place on the night of 26th to 27th of April. The walls of the Church of the Maximilian Maria Kolbe Parish in Płock saw copies of the image of Our Lady of Częstochowa, on which rainbow halo were added. The news immediately triggered a lot of reaction from the hierarchs of Catholic Church and the head of the Ministry of Interior and Administration, as well as the Polish people.
The case was condemned by Minister of Interior and Administration Joachim Brudziński.
As I learned in Płock, a profanation was made of the image of Our Lady of Częstochowa, holy for centuries for all generations of Poles. Police will deal with this matter seriously. There can be no tolerance in the name of pseudo-tolerant happenings of this type of cultural barbarism.
For some it was a profanation and for others a happening.
I understand that it was supposed to be a happening to the one who did it, but I think that it is not the best, not the smartest one.
According to some politicians, people who accuse Catholics of lack of tolerance are behind these attacks.
Oftentimes, the same leftist organizations simultaneously launch their unhinged attacks on the Catholic Catholic Church and sacred images to the polls, while accusing Catholics in Poland for the lack of tolerance and respect for other religions. This is an attack on the holiness that has been with Poland for hundreds of years. We are deeply rooted bond in our society, and the leftist circles, while demanding tolerance, are not tolerating others.
The police has already taken actions on this matter.
According to the survey made for the RMF-FM radio station, 49% of eligible voters expressed a desire to take part in the upcoming European Parliament election. The ruling Law and Justice Party would get 38.7% of votes, and the European coalition would win 33%.
The Spring Party is on the third place with a 9.2% of the votes. 5.4% of interviewee declared their votes on the Cookies 15 movement. According to the survey, the Confederation Corinne Brown-Lear nationalist would get 4% of support.
That's all for today. I'll see you next time on Poland Daily. But stay tuned for the Poland Daily Weather Report, followed by the Poland Daily Business section.